Riz, on a Nat 20 investigation, you're in the corner going over this stuff about Rog Barkrock. You get to it. The connection. Rog and Kalina. Rog and Kalina. Kalina said Rog. What was their relationship? What did Kalina know about Rog? Why would she say Rog Barkrock? It clearly wasn't the point. It was at the edge. It was past the edge of her spy's tongue curse. She had to say it because it was the closest thing to all of the real things that she couldn't say. And you look at your notes from your caper in sophomore year with the Nightmare King. Kalina spread like a disease. You look back at your notes. How did Rog get that curse? How did Rog actually become able to see Kalina? Rog imparts to you that on the night of the prompocalypse, he saw this person. So after the fight, I was pretty amped. And afterwards, I was just kind of pumped. And we were running to school. And like Jace and Porter came and talked to me. I was like still somewhat injured after the fight with Calvaxis. And Porter did some like barbarian healing stuff with me. Porter did some like barbarian healing stuff with me. And after that, I was like walking home. And I saw this like cat woman, this like tabaxi. And Karna's words to Fig, "You've known all along."
I even wrote on my fucking thing. Because he said I have an old ancestry. I wrote on my fucking thing. I still don't know if he's evil or not.
The House of Sunstone had to flee into obscurity after they were overthrown, after the breaking of the cliffs of Kolkath.
Cliffbreaker.
Yeah.
You, Gorgug, flash back to earlier this year when first learning to Divine Smite. Isn't it interesting that Porter's a paladin? You remember a giant stone in the room and he took a sword and cut an obelisk in half. Pretty strong, pretty strong. And you remember all of those fallen trees in the woods. You remember the shattered remnants of Lydia Barkrock's home.
So he can get big? That's why I asked how tall he was.
And that's also, he was also really pumped about you becoming a paladin and also dissuaded you with Cassandra.
I knew he was a bad teacher.
What did you rate him out of curiosity?
Yeah, exactly.
What'd you give him? What'd you?
It doesn't matter what I rated him.
I gave him all 5s, but I wrote in the comments, I still don't know if he's evil.
Wait, but what was his relationship to the warlock teacher?
Is she okay?
Give me an insight check.
Dirty 20.
Hey, you were charmed by him. Was Zara? Who knows? It's not immediately like...
Yeah, it's not. She's not necessarily...
But you go back through years of this. You go back through the fact that in freshman year, the 2 teachers who came into the cafeteria very first time were Porter and Jace, side by side, checking out the crime scene, standing there while Riz hid in the corner waving at his mom.
I always knew that was weird. That was so weird. That was so weird of him.
And you remember in sophomore year, Riz, what the fuck is barbarian healing? What the fuck is barbarian healing? You've never heard of a barbarian having a feature that let them heal. But I'll tell you what might seem like barbarian healing.
Lay on hands.
Multi-class barbarian.
And
so mad at you, multi-class barbarian.
Him saying that he's like a paladin of his ancestry is just like kind of sketchy.
And what would lay on hands allow you to do if you were touching an injured person? Pass Kalina on to them.
Okay, so Porter's the champion. And I guess what does that mean?
Porter is the champion of Ankarna.
of the bad Incarna.
Yeah.
So I think we gotta go fucking kill him.
I will take a moment now just to say that I've been sitting on this secret for 5 years of my real life. And I told Emily at the beginning of this season, I said, there's something I think Fig will really, really like about this season. The whole season is proving Fig right.
Wow.
It was weird he was there to begin with.
Porter's been bad the whole time. You